Cool, let's do a for loop alongside our array and object and arrays. Start with the for and have the structure ready, so it looks like this and this. In a parentheses, we're going to create a condition, so as long as something is true, you're going to do this, starting point and iteration and everything. So start out with the I equals 0, so we have a starting point. We're going to do as long as I is smaller than the length of the array, so convert it into a number. And in our case it's 2, so we should run 2 times. And then the iteration part. Just the same, this is the name of the array if you forgot. That's the structure of our the condition for our loop. Inside the loop, we're just going to create some code that prints it out, so the console log, and then we're going to call the my dogs. And if you recall from previous videos, once we have a loop alongside an array, we can just use the I for each time the loop runs. So first one 0, second one, so on. Let's click save and go to the browser, and now you can see it's printing out the objects for us, so each object that contains all the information here. This we're going to change a little bit. We don't really want it to this, we only want to print out the name, perhaps. So as we did with the objects in the previous videos, we are going to add a dot, and actually see the system is already trying to help me. just want to print out the name. So let's do this. So my dogs, for each item I want to print out the name. Bam, now we only got Speedy and Gonzalez out, and if we want to print out the fur color, like this, we only get brown and yellow. And if we just go back to name and we want to add a little bit more, so this is the first part, we also want to add a little bit more, so like this. So instead of printing out name, we want to print out age. So let's see, it says Speedy 8, we can just create a space real quick, like this. So now there's space between, but now it says Speedy age, and it's printing out only the information from our object that's in an array. So now we're going into the array, and we're searching for a specific property with a name here, and then printing out the value. This is what this piece of code down here actually does. This is what we need to grab information here. So that's one way of doing this. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how we can convert this plain or this vanilla JavaScript into the newer version with the ECMAScript 6 and going forward.